African Adam and Eve, per mtDNA, are the first modern-like humans to migrate out of Africa. They include the various types of black peoples: black Australoids, black Pygmoids, and black Negroids. Enter Europe, Asia, Siberia, Australia, Melanesia, and the Americas.
This is the 12 right here. These are the original peoples of this planet. They went all over the world, read signs and symbols of primordial man.
Drop an exclusive on them.
Okay, this is Angkor Wat. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all here, y'all can Google that in. Angkor Wat, Cambodia, and then the heads will come up and you'll see the slants in their eyes, but they all got thick lips. These was the some of the early Africans in Asia, you understand, that had this particular persuasion. It was, you know, in different parts of the world, different Africans congregated. We are African, but in many areas we had Africans with the slant eyes, long before the Chinese. Ain't none of them ever had, every phenotype you see on this planet, we was able to produce before any of them red races came along. We produce them right here in our own race.
This is Buddha now. We know the color of the people, we saw them. Now you see the religion, you see the God of Asia. Even though we come the full spectrum of sizes of facial features and stuff, it's clear. This is Buddha now. We know the color of the people, we saw them. Now you see the religion, you see the God of Asia. This is Buddha now. We know the color of the people, we saw them. Now you see the religion, you see the God of Asia.
The Nagas is a representation of Nekbet, the female deity that protects the sultans, that is above their headdress. And they took this into India, China, Mesopotamia. You see it all over the world. But what must be known is that it first started in the Nile Valley. What you're looking at right here is Angkor Wat. Look at the water, the sacred lake, and then look at Wat Set. It's the same setup, and you got to see that. Now look at the pyramid in the back, and then look at the obelisk. It is nothing but a Tekken. You got to understand that what you're seeing is Nile Valley science. All of the pyramid shapes in the architecture. This is a representation of the origins of where they came from. That they came up out of the Nile Valley, where the pyramid was the main type of structure that was designed for the sultans for a very long time. So they took this knowledge into West Asia, Mesopotamia, China, and India. So when you look at this, you're not just looking at something that's abstract. This is your history. But you got to trace it back to the Nile Valley. Even the mother, great mother, divine mother, mother and child that came up out of the Nile Valley as Aset and Horus. This even went into India and China. It is nothing but a representation of the great queen Aset and the holy virgin born son Heru. Another step pyramid design in the pagoda. The Chinese, Japanese, and West Asian pagoda. It is nothing but a form of the step pyramid. You got to understand this. So when Dioria Siculus, who documents in the 1st century that the great god King Asa had went all around the world. In that same chapter, it states that he went all around the world and educated the world how to feed themselves. So this was documented in the 1st century AD. And then you got Jesse the Jerusalem Muslim and Father Kabbalah, another fake-ass scholar, the see-through Hebrew that want to come 3,000 years later and rewrite our history. You got what you call the Bushman. That's in Africa, some of the oldest people in Africa. The Khoi. And they not dark, they yellow. So we need to go back and revisit that site. See them slants in their eyes? So every time you see a slant, you want to say it's Asian.
That's right. Come on.
Now, damn it, that's them slanted eyes existed long before there was an Asian.
Hey.
Or long before it was an Asian. We gave the slant eyes to them.
First stop, the place where it all began. The birthplace of every human being alive, Africa. Our genetic time machine has revealed a small surviving tribe, the direct descendants of our earliest ancestors. Unlike the rest of us, they stayed on here. The Kalahari Desert, Namibia. I'm here to find an extraordinary ancient tribe of people, the San Bushmen. Our research shows that their distant relatives left Africa. From them stemmed every color, creed, and nationality alive today. This is like a dream for me. Everything predicted in their blood seems to be written in their faces. It's like looking at a composite model of every face from around the world. The eye shape of East Asians, the high cheekbones of Mongolians, the mid-brown skin that could turn darker or lighter.
And what you're looking at right here, you can see the slime in their eyes. See the slime in their eyes? Some of them have slimes in their eye. Okay, this is Angkor Wat. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all here, y'all can Google that in. Angkor Wat, Cambodia, and then the heads will come up and you'll see the slants in their eye. But they all got thick lips. These was some of the early Africans in Asia, you understand, that had this particular persuasion. It was, you know, in different parts of the world, different Africans congregated. We are African, but in many areas we had Africans with the slant eyes, long before the Chinese. Ain't none of them ever had, every phenotype you see on this planet, we was able to produce before any of them red races came along. We produce them right here in our own race. Who are these people? These are the, see the Khoisan in southern Africa? You can see the slants in their eyes. Okay? So, I mean, that man look like he could be over in Southwest Asia somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So all these phenotypes, all of these phenotypes are African. So most people will look at, see a lot of them, they look at that and then they automatically, they want to run to Asia. Well, that's some Asian, that's a goddamn lie, that's African.